Yeah, man, y'all got started before I was even ready, bro. I look like Jay in the Instagram stories.
You better just
Not knowing what's going.
not knowing somebody's recording you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's illegal, dog. And
Do I? I don't know what you're talking about.
You should know we're in 2025. We're in 2025. Listen, Jay, you'll always be recorded.
Right.
You got to go with that mentality nowadays, right?
I'm not okay with it.
I'm not saying I'm okay with it. You just got to take that.
Shout out to the live cam in the lounge.
Yeah, man.
Direct to the state.
To the state, to Pierre's
No,
pads.
to Gus,
Yeah.
to fucking Gus.
I don't know.
His
I don't even
laptop.
know who that is.
He's talking about Gus.
Breaking Bad, bro.
Bad reference.
Oh,
Gustavo.
Yeah.
G'd.
Mr. Frame.
Did you?
You mean our boss, Mr. Frame?
Yeah.
He's nice.
Did you
What
guys
do
both
mean?
finish Better Call Saul?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
you know what's funny?
Not
I
Better
did.
Call Saul.
After watching Better Call Saul,
Yep.
Jesse and Walt just looked like two motherfuckers that came in and ruined a good thing that was popping for everybody else.
You noticed that.
They came in and just
noticed
fucked
that.
it all up, dog.
Well, when you go back and you watch, what was that episode? The one where Gus goes to that house and gets those guys to drink that tequila.
Oh, yeah.
And
Kills
yeah,
everybody.
yeah, that shit. You realize like everything that Walt and Jesse like stepped into, and Walt just did not give a fuck, man. He was just like, I don't give a fuck what this enterprise looked like before I got here.
Imploding
like,
all of it.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking Heisenberg. I'm
But
running
it
this
didn't
shit.
work.
Nah, well, he didn't even know about the hillbillies.
He wasn't prepared, dog.
He
wasn't
not.
prepared.
He wasn't ready for that smoke. That
was
shit was
like-
wild.
He wasn't Gus.
Nah.
You needed a Gus.
Yeah.
Right? He should have just shut the fuck up, stayed in his little fucking
coulda got his
hole underneath
money.
Delta linen
He could have got
and
his
balled
money
out.
Yep.
But
Yep.
he couldn't do it because he wanted to be the motherfucker that calls the motherfucking shots.
The one who knocks.
He wanted to be Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
Right? And when he tells her, he's like, you know what? Said I did this for my family. But you know what? I enjoyed it.
He did.
I
He
was
did.
good at it.
But but he did, like when he killed Gil, he did it to protect Jesse.
Yep.
Because they were gonna kill Jesse because they just thought he was too much of a risk.
But he was
So
protecting himself, too.
He was. He was. But
When I first watched Breaking Bad, right? And Jesse snitched, I was like, what a pussy. I still feel that way, kind of. You know what I'm saying? I can't rock with a snitch ever, right?
Yeah.
No. But when you rewatch it a couple times, you realize Walt gave zero fucks about Jesse.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh,
He
bro.
used that motherfucker every step of the way.
Yeah.
He manipulated him. He played that motherfucker like a fiddle.
Even
Like a
Jesse's
fiddle.
girlfriend, her son.
Oh yeah.
You know, remember,
Yeah, bro. The dude was a savage.
He was fucking
when he let
wild,
Jesse's
dog.
That
girl
was the
go
final
out.
straw. When
Yeah?
when Jesse seen that, he's like, oh no, he can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he still got the shitty end of the stick, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one of the things I thought that show did better than a lot of shows like that. That was the moment in that third season when it started to feel episodic, and it was just like new adventures of Walter and Jesse. So
Yeah.
when they broke it out in that fourth season into Gus's storyline and they like expanded the world,
It started to feel like The
such a
Sopranos.
smart move, such a really smart move. Because
It was starting to feel like it could have been on TNT,
right.
right?
Mm.
And then when they opened the world to that, and it was like, oh no.
Yeah, there's more going on there.
TNT.
Yeah, it was dope.
I didn't start watching Breaking Bad right away when it came out. It took me a few years. Everybody was fucking batshit crazy about it, but I was just like, I'll be in the studio.
I'm gonna be that dick that says I didn't start watching it till I was on it.
No, really?
I'm just being real here,
What
dog.
season were you on it?
Season 4?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the season when they blow the lab up.
I think I watched it. I didn't watch it until.
People didn't read between the lines. He's actually the one that blew the lab up, dog.
I'm saying when Walt walks out, he walks by laundry worker Juanito and he gives me a little nod. I'm like, yeah, bet, run it.
I got you.
Now that opened your storyline
I
up.
was back there trying to win an extras Oscar, bruh.
Yeah.
Like when they blow up the lab, obviously they didn't blow up the lab, right? So Vince Gilligan's like, all right, guys. So they're blowing the lab up underneath you guys. So when I go like that, that's the explosion. So you guys have to react in some way, shape, or form, right?
Right.
I was ready to just fall on the ground and roll around. Oh my God, I've been shot. I was trying to get Oscar, dog. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a recurring laundry worker on Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Learn words.
You know what's funny, bro, is I did some background work for a Presbyterian commercial, and I'd never done it, bro. And so I asked my brother, I was like, what should I, like, what do I do? And he's all, just don't overact. He's like, everybody acts like that's how they're gonna get their big break and get signed as an actor or whatever. He's all
like Johnny.
Like,
yeah. Everybody has Johnny's plan.
Yeah,
it didn't work, dog. Unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that's.
Does anybody really get on like that anymore? Like, I can't
Probably
even
not.
imagine
I don't
why anyone would be like that.
Well, not everybody's Harrison Ford out here.
I know,
mopping the
yeah.
floors.
Like if they need someone to deliver a line, like if they add something at the last minute and they're like, fuck it, we just need a competent actor who can deliver a line, they're gonna ask somebody. And if you're like first of mind, you might get that shot, but that's like needle in a haystack.
Well, see, that's interesting you said that because all the female laundry workers, right? They actually worked at Delta.
Oh, really?
And nobody had lines really, right? But they needed authentic ladies that spoke nothing but Spanish, right? Remember when Walt's like trying to get them to clean?
And he's giving them $50.
All three of those ladies actually worked at Delta.
Oh, really?
And then they got lines. So then they got lines and they got paid for real, dog, right? So then I was like, man, bro, another reason I should have learned Spanish when I was younger, dog. Mad at my grandma still, dog.
No, you should have just worked at Delta, dog.
Yeah.
When you asked the teacher, when are we ever going to use this?
Yeah, on your premiere of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I could have had speaking role, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or for them, it was more of a no speaky role.
Exactly.
Since you guys talked about Harrison Ford, Dad, the dude from Euphoria, he's Angus Cloud. He's like the Mac Miller vibe. But he got that whole role. He was just like walking up and down like the pier and stumbled into like a producer, and they just fucked with his vibe. He's like a piehead, chill dude, and they're like, you want to read some lines? Ended up being like one of the biggest roles in the whole show.
Yeah.
What?
On Euphoria.
Y'all watch that Drake shit?
I mean, it was massive, bruh.
I didn't.
Listen.
I haven't watched a moment of it.
Anything that comes out on HBO, you already know, dog. I'm going to give it its just due, right? And that first season made me feel hella uncomfortable. Yikes. It was kind of like Kids, bro, right?
Yep.
It's like the new version of Kids on HBO. Okay. I ain't gonna sit here in front.
TV show.
Yeah, I ain't gonna sit here in front and act like that first season I wasn't like, God damn, the fuck am I watching up in this motherfucker?
Yeah, I didn't even watch it.
But who he's talking about, homie that passed away. What's his name, Dom?
Angus Cloud.
Man,
oh, he
bro.
passed away?
Yeah, man, he
The actor did?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And he was, bro. He was like,
damn.
like he really was. You could see he was like, man, coming into his own as an actor.
No shit.
Like he did elevate the show, right? And Zendaya, she's a great actress too. What bothers me about the show, right, is it is supposed to be teenagers, right?
Yeah.
And they're in all kinds of like super, we should not be watching this situations as adults.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know this is a TV show, but
It's a little
man,
weird.
I'm about to fast forward through this shit. Oh, this is weird as shit.
Starting to toe the line
Yeah,
a little bit.
and then you attach Drake to it. Y'all watch that Drake shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very few and far in between though, right? Why the fuck we talking about Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
We started here for a reason.
brought it
Oh, yeah, man. The more I've watched Breaking Bad back, fuck, man, Walt is a real piece of shit, dog.
Yeah, he was a bad guy.
He a real piece of shit. Same thing, you know, Sopranos is one of my comfort shows. So I watch that shit at least once a year, maybe once every 2 years.
Yeah.
Same shit. The whole time you're rooting for Tony. I still do, right? But I've watched it so many times, it's like, oh yeah, Tony a real piece of shit.
Yeah. You stop falling for it.
Oh, real piece of shit, dog. The way he treats his sister is what's the clearest indication of how much he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Remember when she's happy? She's going to like the anger management, and he sees her like floating around, like, oh, well, no, it's cool. And he brings up her son, right? He's all, how do you say I don't have my mom in French? Zifle blue, mama, bro. And she loses it.
Yeah, dude.
Remember that episode?
He was a fucking dickhead,
and he walks away smiling, happy as a motherfucker. He was just his mom, right?
Yeah,
he was another version of his mom.
Yeah.
You watch Breaking Bad back again. Walt was a real piece of shit, dog. Especially after you see Better Call Saul. Then you're like, damn, they just came in here and just fucked everything up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he had super meth.
Right. He had the new shit.
But meth is meth.
Yeah, but that blue shit was that new shit.
It was.
It was something different.
One thing I learned about though when I was selling dope, that shit gonna sell no matter what, dog.
Yeah.
If it's getting a motherfucker high, I don't give a shit if it's the tippity top or the bottom of the bottom. Shit gonna sell.
You a stringer bell in there, just like step on that shit.
Step on that shit again. Step on that shit. It's gonna sell, dog. That kind of shit.
String, we can't step on it no more.
We can't step on it. But see,
Can't step on the string.
you don't have to be a good salesman to sell dope.
Yeah.
We've said it. Hip hop been saying it for years. Don't sell itself.
Yeah.
You just got to provide the product.
That's true.
When
That's
you
true.
see what they had already established, and you see it in how long it takes to crumble after Walt blows Gus's face off. But see, the thing is, again, you keep going. Gus was a piece of shit too. When they killed Buddy, bro, when they killed the little kid.
When they killed his homie, though, too.
Yeah.
Like, that was the shit that, like...
That's stuck. Yeah, that's stuck with him for sure.
And I think that was, well, obviously it was more than his homie. They explained that in Better Call Saul. So, like, that was the start of it. That was the story. I always wished if they would just have gone back and just did Gus coming up and that whole storyline, because just what they teased, and I was like, fuck, dude.
I think that would be a
that would have been
wicked story,
Narcos
dog.
before Narcos.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I think I agree. I think that would have been dope
cold.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Breaking Bad is. I wish I did start watching it like sooner.
I watched it, man. I
You know what I
binge
mean?
watched it, dude. Like, I didn't watch it when it was like airing. I think I watched, because wasn't there a pause between the 4th and the 5th season? When they're
No, I think
they split the fifth season into two breaks.
Sopranos,
Yeah,
dog. They did that to
So
us.
I did. That's when I started watching. It was like right after the 4th season. I binged it right before the 5th season started, and then I watched all the 5th.
Well, because the
when
first
it came-
season was
when it
short
released.
because of the
Yeah.
writer's strike.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first season only had like a handful of episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I watched. I'm lying. I didn't start watching when I was on it. I started watching it when my brother started negotiating to have them shoot at Delta,
Oh, really?
which was like a year before I was actually on it. So
Yeah.
I started on season 3,
Got you.
and then I think I was on season 4 or some shit like that, bro. Breaking Bad.
They brought you back.
They did, dog. They asked me like, so what do you think the direction of this show should go? I'm like, listen, dog.
We need some input.
I got my notes. Buy one of my tracks.
Yeah.
Let me be a background worker, and I will help you finish this show.
And I'll just rewrite it
It's
for
cool.
you.
You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing going on right now, anyways. Vince. I call him Vince.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
the homie. You know, I'm a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's Drake's ghostwriter? Andrew, whatever the fuck his name is.
I'm not sure.
I don't know who is. I don't know none about.
I didn't know Drake had ghostwriters.
Drake
I
writes
mean-
his own shit.
Every single word of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every single word of it. Damn, bro, we went on like a 12-minute tangent on Breaking Bad, bro. You never know where these are going to go. But since we're here, should we intro this motherfucker?
Oh
What?
yeah. Happy New Year.
Yeah, we doing a podcast. We should probably intro it,
forgot,
right?
yeah.
You are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James, and I'm here with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jay, New Year, New Trav in the building.
What's good?
How you feeling, Jay?
I'm good, bro. I'm chilling.
Chilling?
Chilling.
Like a villain?
Like a villain.
With your guts all over the
All over
ceiling?
the ceiling.
All over the ceiling. Landwords in the building. Landwords, how you feeling?
I'm feeling like I'm reeling, stilling, billing another million.
Oh, on that
yes.
note, episode 93 makes a motherfucking noise. What's up, fellas?
What's
we in a odd year, bruh. Odd numbers.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
2025.
Yep.
It's not the new year yet when we're recording it. But it's going to be New Year when this shit airs. So happy motherfucking New Year's.
Happy
Yup.
New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, fellas.
Good.
Any resolutions anybody want to talk about? Or are we just going to keep it funky and say fuck the resolutions?
Bro, I'm gonna learn Spanish, dog.
That's your New Year's
That's
resolution?
that's one.
That's a good one,
I'm gonna
though.
learn Spanish, bro.
How you going to do it? You going to go like just-
YouTube.
YouTube? University?
Hey, Duolingo is actually.
What about Rosetta
Yeah.
Stone?
Yeah.
We ain't fucking with Rosetta Stone
Rosetta
anymore.
Stone forever.
Throw that shit out the
Rosetta
window.
Stone.
Duolingo.
Yeah, Duolingo.
With the little owl. The
No,
app with the owl.
Is it Rosetta Stone? I have one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
That
some.
one
See,
is
the
fire.
thing is, though, is you got to balance it, my dog, because you can't learn super professional because ain't no one going to understand what the fuck you're saying. So you have to balance your time on YouTube and the South Valley, my dog.
Yeah, you actually have to like use it.
Yeah,
have to
you got to use it or you lose it. Jason,
Yeah.
that's a good New Year's resolution. though. I like
Yeah,
that.
bro.
That's a
You got to go to that supermarket down there and try to buy something.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Just go down there and
Go to El
try to
Mesquite.
negotiate something.
Yeah. Or go on a date with a chick that speaks nothing
Only
but Spanish.
Spanish,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That'll
Probably
really.
already done that.
He probably Juanita that works at the Valero in the South Valley, dog. I met her.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think-
dog, don't put
She's
him
like,
on.
why? She told me, she's like, why you letting Jay talk about me on every podcast? Told him that shit must be smacking. I don't
Why
know.
you talking to Juanita, dog?
Listen, bro. Hey, it wasn't my fault. Yeah, I didn't know she was working
Every
at the
night I gotta
Valero.
fight to prove my
Valero.
What about you, Len? Word, you got any? I don't like the word resolutions because it feels like resolutions just feels like something that people do for a week and they're like, yeah, oh, fuck
Yeah.
all that shit.
No.
No, let me ask the real question.
Okay.
Fuck the resolution question.
Okay.
What do you want to do better in 2025? And I'll come to you afterwards. Jay.
I want to be a lot more. I want to say like busy, but more focused. Like I spent a lot of time like preparing for this year, and I don't have a resolution, but I got a project that I'm starting with Jay fashion line, and I started that like months ago. So it's, again, you don't wait until Monday to start your diet. You know what I'm saying? So I was already like rolling into it, but I knew at the beginning of the year, I was like, this is going to be like main focus because I want to, build something that fourth quarter of next year we're having some fun and really enjoying what we're working on. So I want to focus on like getting results on things a little more. Results is the word
For 2025.
Yeah.
Results.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. What about you?
What do I want to get better at in 2025? I think I want to get better at where I direct my time. I want to get better at time management. I think I got so much going on that sometimes my time management is questionable, right? I fill my plate up until it's overflowing, and I try and juggle everything myself because that's like what I'm used to. And whether I like it or not, I've entered a new space.
The delegation space.
Yes. And I'll be the first one to admit it, dog. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at asking for help, but I'm also not good at accepting help. And that's something I probably need to work on.
Are you good at like organizing and plotting out what you're doing? Like keeping track of like individual steps as you're doing things?
To an extent, but it's like all in my mind, right? Which really just like makes me unbalanced sometimes because I stack so much mentally that I forget sometimes to put it out like physically, like on a piece of paper or on my dry erase board, that it like boils up and it builds up and I'm like at a fucking breaking point because I got it all up, stored up, on my fucking big ass dome. When it would be better if I actually organized it out and went like piece by piece. But again, like I come from a place of having to do everything myself because I wasn't in a position to where I could afford help or in a position to where I felt comfortable asking for help. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll learn Photoshop. Fuck it. I'll learn DaVinci. Fuck it. I'll learn how to make these shirts. It's getting to a point now where it's too much and I'm hitting
The next plateau.
a plateau.
Yeah.
And it's funneling and it's getting to a point to where it's getting clogged kind of. And it would be able to go faster if I stepped away and delegated my time a little better. So I think time management's going to be a big focus of mine moving into 2025.
Gotcha.
Yep. I can see
Gotcha.
that.
Jason, outside of learning Spanish so you could smash Juanita, fuck you want to get better at in
Actually,
2025?
what he said too, like focus, but a little bit of both, to be honest, bro. Because like time management
Way to be original,
and
Jay.
focus, bro. I know, right?
Yeah, you just
No,
still. Why you copying me, Jay?
But for real, like I have a couple, projects that I'm working on, music wise, and then this new project with him. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes I'll find myself just like either just on the computer making beats or doing something to that's not really productive, not pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to catch to snap out of that. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, I'll just sit down and watch some TV for a little bit, and then you're there for fucking 3 hours.
I feel guilty when I watch TV.
Bro,
I gotta let it. I gotta let myself.
Yeah,
like,
see, that's
relax.
a problem. That's a problem too, bro.
It's hard for me.
And that's a problem too.
Yeah.
It really is, because I get that way as well. Like, and that's why I was talking about, going back to the simple shit of playing video games, right? As we get older, dog, I think we lose sight of things that like actually brought us joy, and we feel guilty in participating in those things, like we're wasting time. When are we? Like,
I don't think
if you're
so.
actually handling
at a certain point.
well, yeah,
You
if
know
you're
what I'm
just
saying?
sitting around, bro, and fucking
Yeah.
the baby's shitted in his diaper and you're sitting here fucking playing Call of Duty and no one's paying bills. But if all your stuff's handled, right?
Yeah.
And you're feeling guilty because you're taking some fucking self-care hours. I even hate that word. They've turned that shit into a
Yeah.
bozo term. But you know what I mean? Without the bozo, connotations
Yeah,
attached
yeah,
to the
yeah.
self-care shit. When we start feeling guilty for that type of shit, that's also a problem too, because that means that eventually, dog, we're gonna get to a point to where you're not happy with what you're doing because you're just doing it for the results only, and you're gonna lose sight of like it's gonna be too much, dog. You're gonna burn out
Yeah.
because you're not really finding joy in it anymore.
Well, see, that's the trick for me, though. Like, I am enjoying everything I'm doing. So I don't feel the burnout. I just see it. So it's like I got to look at, like, the physical factors more so than the emotion, because I actually enjoy what I do. So I don't feel, it doesn't feel like work, even when I'm working. So I don't feel like the guilt is almost like, man, I really enjoy, like, studying new topics and learning new things, but then I also feel like out of the loop talking to people because I don't listen to like the new anything or watch the new anything. So it's like I gotta drag myself back into like the social structure, because I'm just like over here like hiding in my hole and just working on my
On your
master
end.
plan. Yeah. I'm working on my master plans and
See,
shit,
I think that's where a part of my like time management. I'm like when I think about it, I want to get better at like knowing like, okay, I have this is happening, this is happening. I want it to be structured so I can see it, right? Because when you lay it all out like that and you understand where you're at from here to here, from there to there, then you understand where you're wasting time. It's the same thing when you like lay out a budget for the month and you realize, damn, I'm spending way too much fucking money on Starbucks, which I don't really fuck with Starbucks, and I'm using it as an example. Okay. I don't fuck Starbucks, that shit trash, but especially, hey, side mission. The other day, Dom's all, Dad, man, we made hot chocolate and it tasted like shit. I told him, where'd you get the hot chocolate from? He's all, Starbucks. I told him, this is where you fucked up in the first place. You can't get powdered hot chocolate from Starbucks and expect it to taste good.
Is that what they do? They do the powder shit?
Starbucks? Yeah, bro.
What the hell?
I was trying to impress. Well, not really.
Damn. Yeah, you were trying to impress your girlfriend.
I was like,
By going to Starbucks?
I'm going to make you some really good hot chocolate. 'Cause she was talking about how she didn't have good hot chocolate. And that shit was probably the worst thing I've ever.
See, what he should have done was said that, because see, I'm the king around here when it comes to making hot chocolate.
Are you really?
Bro, Tom
What's your-
Hanks
what's your
on
tech-
Polar. Man,
what's
I
your
ain't letting that
technique,
shit
man?
air out right now.
Nah, he keeps it a secret.
No,
So-
dumb,
Yeah.
but for real, the
BS.
the
It's a
Starbucks hot cocoa is ass, bro.
You want to know the main?
I know that.
The main
It's not good.
secret to my
Yeah.
hot chocolate?
Give me one clue.
Corazon.
Oh, fuck you.
Corazon.
That
bro.
is true, though.
That's where
You know what?
where it's made. Man.
That is true. He's cussing everybody
secret is
out.
Nestle.
Yeah.
Hey, Corazon and Nestle biscuit.
Nestle, dog.
Nesquik. Nestle Quick.
This-
That's the flea market shit, dog. This ain't Nesquik,
Right.
it's Nestle Quick.
That's fucking funny.
You should have asked me, and I, I'm saying I'd point him in the right direction.
Corazon.
But
that's
when
funny.
you like that shit, right? I'm not called. That might be this episode. But when you lay out your budget,
Yeah.
right, and it's in front of you, you realize I'm leaking money over here for no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
Let's cut out DirecTV.
Yeah.
I think the same thing I want to do with my
With
my
your
time,
time.
dog.
Yeah.
Like because
You're kind of annoyingly efficient already, though.
I maybe
Like-
but for me it doesn't feel like it, right?
Maybe it should.
So maybe it should, motherfucker. You
Tired of
pissing me off.
watching these posts.
Hey, I'm trying. Like, but to me, it feels like I'm juggling in the dark.
Okay,
Right?
yeah, I understand.
Like, I
understand.
feel like I'm just kind of just firing off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're
Luckily,
getting
I'm
good
hitting
at
the
it, yeah,
target.
right.
But I feel like if I was actually like dialed in, motherfucker, I don't be out here on some John Wick shit.
Got you.
All I need is a pencil.
Have you ever come across Dan Kennedy's books?
What's
No
one
BS
big
Time
one?
Management, Dan Kennedy.
I've seen them. I haven't got
I think it's man.
Really?
brother. Yeah.
Put it on the list.
Yeah. There's a couple I'll send to you that I really think help with that. A lot of what I've noticed, it comes down to, and I love it when I remember to do this because I just fucking feel like so fucking smart that I remember to do this. But like, just having a blank sheet of paper and like the top half of it, you write down what you did today, and then you write down what you plan to do tomorrow and just set it by your bedside. Take a look at it first thing in the morning. Remind yourself what it is you got to get done. Like, and you can use that as your checklist throughout the day. It's nice to have like a list every day in your pocket that you can like check things off. You feel like you're achieving something.
because you see it physically.
You get the dopamine hit. But you got to train yourself, like trick yourself into getting the dopamine hit by doing that. And you actually like feel better throughout the day. And then that tsunami effect, you do it a couple of days in a row. It
That
like,
compound interest.
yeah, it's the compound interest. So give that a shot, man. It's just a blank sheet of paper. Give yourself 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes before bed, and just write down what you did so you can pat yourself on the back for the small wins, and then just write down your plans. Sometimes shit works itself out. Like if you got a big problem or a big thing that needs to get done, and you just write it down and you sleep on it and you wake up, you got the answer first thing in the morning, or somebody calls you and they got a solution for you that you didn't have to lift a finger to figure out. Like,
Because you already put it out into the ether.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that you get it out of your head.
And you get it
Yeah,
out to
and
the world.
you get it out. Yeah,
you
getting
can
it
get
out of your
momentum.
head. Exactly, you getting
Yeah.
it out of your head, and that also alleviates the stress because you're not thinking of everything
And
all
it's
the
just,
time.
and see, I get
You're
stuck
not
on
just
that.
spinning.
I'll get stuck on a loop.
Like, don't forget. It's just like, just write it fucking down.
I'll get stuck on a loop, bro. And like I said,
Yeah.
like I'm good at juggling it in like my brain. As I'm getting older and my plate's getting more and more full, I know that's getting more and more dangerous, right? And I don't like making big mistakes. I'm cool with making small ones because small ones, it's easy to correct the course. You know what I'm saying? But when you're right next to that iceberg and you ain't paying attention, you can't fucking correct the course, dog.
It's too late.
Titanic
Yeah,
about to hit that
yeah.
bitch, and Leo's gonna drown. You know what I mean? Can't be having that mocoso frozen motherfucker drowned every single time. I think the reason I'm even like bringing it up and talking about it is I feel like with every new year, it's gonna sound like corny maybe, but whatever, fuck y'all. It's kind of like a birthday. As you get older, every birthday is like a reminder, right? Another one.
Yeah.
You stacking these motherfuckers up, dog.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your time, right? And are you valuing your time like you should be? Because that's really the only thing that we have is time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your time worth? That's an important question.
Yeah.
Who's your time worth spent on? Because you can't get that shit back, my dude. I've been broke and I've run that shit up multiple times. I can't ever get the time back. So when the year changes for me it feels the same kind of like as a birthday does. You know, a little melancholy, a little like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I definitely agree with that, bro. Because right now that's like I'm at a spot where it's like, well, what are you doing, bro? The fuck you doing, Jet? No, I'm just kidding.
These are winter thoughts though. That's the trick of this whole setup with the Roman calendar and New Year's being in January when it should be spring at the equinox. You feel different knowing that your surroundings are like moving into new life. So if you're celebrating the new year at the equinox,
At death.
we're in the death time of the year.
Yeah.
Going into the darkest, coldest time of the year. So it's kind of a mind fuck, but don't worry about it so much. Like, you're thinking the right thoughts for wintertime. This is hibernation season. This is the time that you should be thinking about the new life that's springing forth. But because of the way the calendar is set up, you know, you want to take action now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely want to continue to be taking action and things like that. But don't feel like, I know depression is tough and the holidays are tough for a lot of people anyway. But some of that is winter time. You know, like psychologically, like you're affected by, you know, the environment. And some of that is just wintertime thinking. It's cuffing season.
Yeah,
Because it's cold
for a
outside.
reason.
Because it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Not here, though. For some reason, it's 70 degrees.
Insanely
Yeah.
warm
I know,
out this
bro.
motherfucker. It
I don't know
doesn't
what-
make any
I love
sense.
it, but I'm just like,
I don't trust it.
A little weird.
If it don't hurry up and turn into winter, we're gonna be fucked for summer, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the new year, same thing with like birthdays, but like it's just got me. Time has been on my mind a lot lately, and you know, whenever time's on my mind like that, like I start looking at my children too, right?
Yeah.
You know, time, like, to just get older, and it's like a reflection of how fast it's moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, Aaron, he's the youngest, but he ain't a baby no more. Like, highly intelligent out here, just growing in front of my eyes, and it happens so fast that, like, I know I use this quote all the time with Ferris Bueller, bro. If you really do not stop and just look at it and be there, you're gonna miss it.
For sure.
You know, shout out Andy Bernard is another quote I use all the time. I wish there was a way to know you were in the good times while you were still in them. That shit for me is regret. And I really don't have that because I keep that thread constantly there.
Yeah.
Like, when I look at pictures of my kids and they're younger and I start feeling those, like, damn, I wish I could go back. What I do in that moment is I go and enjoy them now. Like, more. I double down. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I make sure that I'm in that moment fully before it's gone.
Yeah.
Because blink of an eye, doc, that shit is gone. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm a few months away from 40, Doug. It don't even make any sense. I remember when my dad turned 40. I was a little kid. I remember he got this mug that said "Over the Hill." Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, and now, like, I don't feel what I thought 40
Was
would
supposed to
feel
feel like,
like.
yeah.
Like, some ways I feel like I'm just like a grown ass kid.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, like,
I love
when the
that.
fuck am I supposed
I
to feel
love
like an
that.
adult?
Yeah. I love that.
And then I start thinking to myself, is this how our parents felt?
Probably.
Like, just grown ass kids?
Yeah.
When the fuck is it supposed to change, dog? Like, but that's kind of a good thing because I don't want to be that, like, my life's past, I can't be happy and have an imagination person.
Right.
Because isn't that what they try and make adulthood look like?
Yeah. I think a lot of that generation though got sold that idea of retirement, and I think that idea of I can finally stop doing things when once you start doing that, you might as well just check out. Like, I mean, that's the harsh truth, but it's like, if you're not going to be up doing something with your days, you're probably not going to continue to get more days. Like, that's just the way cause and effect works. So it's a weird thing. I think that they thought probably that they were going to, like, hit a point and be like, now it's time to kick my feet up and watch the grandkids, you know, play around and stuff. But I don't think people actually take the time to really think about time and how they spend it throughout the day, like how many football seasons have you watched or basketball seasons have you watched? Like
40?
how many games? Yeah, like right. Like how many games have you watched? And have they all been crucial or necessary to your development? Because you're desiring something that is deeper and more meaningful than entertainment will give you. And a lot of times we fill our times and our attention with that entertainment.
Distractor.
It's something online that just caught our attention, then now we just got to pay attention to it and go down the rabbit hole or whatever it is, and it's not really worth your time.
Well, I mean, I think sometimes it's just a series of people are just searching for a series of distractions until they're gone, which to me sounds fucking horrible. You want to talk about depressed? That makes me feel depressed as shit. If I was sitting around just searching for distractions until I checked out this bitch, when it was time to check out, bro, I'd feel, bro, like shit.
Or you feel relieved. I mean, because
man.
that's the other side of it. I think a lot of people are suffering and don't know how to deal with it because they don't take the time to actually pay attention to what they're paying attention to.
I think the only way to deal with the suffering is head on.
Oh, for sure.
The moment you run from anything, right? Head on. You get in an uncomfortable situation, head on. You try and put space between it, it only builds and builds and builds. It's kind of like a lie.
Okay. Now let me
Once you
ask
tell that lie,
Yeah.
it keeps growing and growing. And you got to keep telling it, and then it keeps changing. Then who you tell a lie to, who knows the truth? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what if, and I'll push back a little on that idea, what if you can't articulate or identify what the problem is and you're just fucking sad?
Then that's where it gets tricky. And I feel that's where you have to do the most work. Physically first.
Because I was joking earlier, but I really do feel like some people will see the content you make and the things that you talk about, and they'll just take the snippet and be like, bro, that's not practical. You know what I'm saying? There's more to it. So you're saying if that's the case, let this inspire you, but if there's more to the conversation, go have the conversation.
So for me, there's way more to the conversation, right? And it is found in the doing of things that you don't want to do. Unfortunately, there's no other fucking way. I'm sorry. People don't like that answer. That answer really fucking scares people. You're not going to find who you are and what you're really made of unless you're put to the motherfucking test every single day. And again, unfortunately, it's up to you to do it. You can have everybody in the world saying, hey, dog, you're overweight, homeboy. Your cholesterol through the roof. You only got like 3 more years, dog.
Yeah.
Until that decision is made from yourself, ain't shit gonna change. Nothing. And that's the hard conversation. That again, people don't want to hear that because comfortable is amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, you know how good it feels to have a warm ass bed, sleep in, ain't doing shit, wake up, have some fucking Eggos, watch fucking Netflix, butter your toast, kick your feet up and not do shit. You know how much it sucks to get up at 5 in the motherfucking morning when it's fucking cold and it's raining and you're gonna go run and you're gonna go cold plunge? I'm using my personal examples. 5 in the morning, you gotta go to the motherfucking oil fields to make some motherfucking money for your family because you're the only one that's winning you're the only one making the bread and the butter.
Yeah. You got to punch in and go be
You
somebody's
gotta
police officer.
100%. You get whatever it is,
Yeah. Yep.
the things that you don't want to do. That's where you're gonna find who you really are, bro. And if you don't keep pushing that, there's this. So I watch Huberman's podcast every now and then. You ever watch Andrew Huberman? He's a neuroscience.
You're cheating on us with
neuroscientist.
another
I am, dog.
podcast?
Yeah, at least he's a neuroscientist, right?
Podho.
But the podho. I'm trying to learn, dog. But it's called the mid-singular cortex.
Okay.
It's a space in your brain that can grow by doing difficult things.
Okay.
And they've actually discovered this thing in your mind if you force yourself to do things that you don't want to do every day, and this is not like I'm going to force myself to cut off my finger. Like, don't be stupid. This is stuff that's actually beneficial to you that you don't want to participate in.
But is actually beneficial.
Yes. It's a place in your brain that can grow. It doesn't matter how old you are, dog. It can get bigger and better. But what's crazy about this place in the brain is it can also go backwards.
Use it or lose it. Yeah.
Use it or lose it. So the moment that you don't do that, all of the work you've been putting towards it can go away. And they've measured it, bro. Like, they actually stimulated this area in the brain. And people were like, I feel like there's a storm coming and I don't want to run from it. I want to run through it. You only find yourself in doing those difficult things. If you never put yourself to the test or through the storm, when the storm does show up, you're not going to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the what you're saying. Like, people are, there's got to be more to it than this. There is. You can't just throw somebody on the internet that says, hey, man, fuck yeah, go run, get in a cold plunge, eat better. All that shit sounds dope as fuck. And the dopamine fires.
Yeah.
I'm going to call Landwords. Landwords, guess what I'm doing tomorrow, dog? I'm going to run 10 miles. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to be up at 4:30.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel great that I told you that.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel like I already did it. What happens at 4:30 when it's time to get up and go run them 10 miles?
Yeah. Are you going to actually get up and do it?
The dopamine's gone.
Right.
I'm not fueled off of that anymore. You going to do it? That's where the answers are found. And that's the conversations people don't want to have.
Yeah, because you're having it with yourself at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
They want to take sound bites and they want to take motivation. And I understand it. I really do, bro, because I struggle with that shit every day. So me having a platform, that's a part of the reason why I've started incorporating that into my subject matter. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm talking to my fucking self.
Right.
I fucking hate that shit. That shit sucks. You think I don't want to just fucking stay in bed warm and not do none of the shit that fucking hurts? Growth hurts.
Yeah.
But if you're not growing, bro, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah. I think when you say that it's a test that you have to take, I think a lot of people are looking for a teacher. You know, they're looking for a messiah, like take the test for me or teach me the way or, you know, give me all the answers. And then they look at, you know, those of us who, you know, share our thoughts and, you know, for all extents and purposes, give advice. And they say, well, you're not giving good enough advice because they're not applying it. And they're looking for a teacher or they're looking for someone to take the test for you. It's like, bro, I'm a student in class. You fell asleep and you're saying, hey, man, can you share my notes? Sure, I'll share notes with you, bro, but I'm not going to take the test for you. Like, you got to pass this class on your own. And a lot of people are looking at older people or rich people or, you know, fill in the blank people saying, you do it. You resolve this. You solve this for me. When really it's like, nah, bro, like at best they can give you their notes and slide you the notes and be like, yo, this is what I got, but it's not necessarily the right answer for you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be real mature to embrace that part of reality. And I don't think that's encouraged enough.
And I think I learned it. I mean, like everything else, I learned the hard way. But being a parent kind of taught me that. Like, you want to protect your kids all the time, right? But there has to come a balance of letting them go.
Let them fail.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to let them go because, unfortunately, I'm not going to always be there to take the test for them, right? To pick them up. And I have to give them the tools to pass the test alone or be okay with failing the test and being able to pick themselves up and go take the test again. Because as much as I'd love to be there, one of these days I'm not. And if I didn't handle my job as a parent, then it's going to be easier for them to fail. And I think that taught me that at an early age. Mm-hmm. Because you get
started early.
but you get this instant protection, right? I want to protect them from everything.
Right.
But then you realize, well, if I was protected from everything, I wouldn't have been able to survive the things that I've survived.
Right.
Because you're not. The world isn't made of Jello. This shit cold and got corners, dog.
Yeah.
You'll cut yourself on this motherfucker. You ain't careful.
Yeah.
But you probably should.
Yeah.
I don't
Skin your knee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You fuck your elbow up.
Yeah.
Break
fall
a
out the tree.
tailbone.
Yeah. Maybe not that. Right. Yeah. Maybe not that far.
That was just me.
Yeah, that was just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, no, I've broken bones, bro. The tailbone, I
have not.
I pray to God that never happens.
That shit was horrible, dog.
That sounds bad.
Only thing that sounds worse than that is a hip.
Breaking a hip.
Yeah,
Nah, man. Groin injuries, from what
Yeah.
I hear, are like awful. Yeah. Because it's almost like a cesarean, like a C-section scar. Ugh.
But behind your dick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right up in that
I
area.
broke my tailbone. We built this ramp and behind my mom's crib, went like straight up. Dog.
Every great story starts that way,
Stupid
dog.
Fucking
Nah,
angles.
you had fun though, right?
You built
yeah,
the
it was-
ramp.
Well, for about 13 seconds, I had fun.
So
and
it was
then
the first jump.
So
then
you
would
went
get
up
another
and
one?
then just fell on your back?
Yeah, dog. Because it went
Oh,
because
shit.
we drove down this hill, rolled down this hill, built the ramp, and it went straight up.
Yeah.
And so by the time I got like here, the bike just like left, and I like sat down from like 6 feet, probably 5 or 6 feet. and
Oh,
went,
shit.
bam.
Right on your tailbone.
As soon as I did, I was like, oh.
Did it feel like you shit yourself?
No, I just lost air completely, dog.
Oh,
Lost air.
damn.
Was
And then
Chad there?
No, and then I went
No.
to move, and I couldn't move, dog. I was like, oh, like instant pain. I was like, bro,
Something's wrong.
this is not gonna be a good walk home. How am I gonna explain
ride
this
the bike
to
home.
my parents, dog?
I miss doing shit like that, bro. A
Yeah.
part of me
Yeah.
like feels like I still could, but a part of me knows I shouldn't.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Please.
I know
don't
I
do that.
shouldn't do it.
We're building
I
a ramp.
could do it, dog. Hey, landwords, bro. We got the craziest ramp over here, dog, in the front yard, bro. Got me a brand new
Right.
BMX. Let's hit this
I'll
shit.
carry. I got the camera.
Hey, you met this fucking guy.
Yeah, see?
Hey, remember whenever we went out to San Fidel that one time and I hadn't gone on that zip line that we had in the tree in years?
Yeah. Yep.
This man, he's all, I ain't getting up there, but I got the camera. Just in case. Because, hey, we hadn't been on that shit in like 20 years, dog.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Did you
even
end up
Fuck
getting
yeah,
on
I
it?
got on that shit.
Oh shit, I never seen that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I still have the footage somewhere.
Do
No,
you?
yeah, you did. Go back and rewatch the My Success video. It's in there for a split second.
Is it? Okay.
You see
I
my
will.
big ass come flying down the zip line. Chad was there too.
Damn.
Yeah, they got it on the GoPro. Oh yeah, I was wearing a
shit.
GoPro. Hey, shit, we
Sick,
can find
okay.
that GoPro footage. But you made me think of my cousin Joe, dog. Oh my God, bro. Back when we were younger, everybody called him Big Joe because he was the bigger of us, right? Big old motherfucker. No, fuck him up. But he was Big Joe, right? And he would come over to San Fidel on the weekends, right? That's when we were still living out there in San Fidel. And bro, we had nothing to do out there, dog. We had just time, energy, and we just did some of the craziest shit. We would jump off bridges and houses and
Yeah.
go take off into the mountains and be fucking with the mountain lions up there in Taylor. Just dumb shit, right? So me and Justin were cool with building these ramps, dog. Like it was our daily activity. So we knew how to hit them, how far we would go, where we were professional at this shit. Joe, not so much. So we built this ramp and we were ready. We were like, Joe, we added a couple more bricks. We're getting like 15 feet of air. This shit is gnarly, bro. He's all real. So, and then the whole back of the bar, it was long. There was a lot of space there. You could get some fucking speed. So we would start at the front of the bar and the ramp would be right there by where the Sugar Shack was at, right? So it's a lot of space.
Yeah.
Joe comes flying, bro. Wham! He hits this motherfucker, but right before he hit it, he loses control of the fucking front of the bike, dog. Oh. This motherfucker, bro, is just a cloud of dust. I thought he was fucking dead, bro. My mom runs out, Joe, what the fuck's going on? He didn't hurt himself, bro.
Really?
He was absolutely fine. It looked horrific. I thought we lost Joe. right? He's all, bro, how do you hit it? Let me try it again. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, no, I'm good. Bro, this is us at like 9, right? Good. You fall, get right back up.
Right.
Gets on the bike, same shit. So he's coming, flying even faster. Loses control again, bro. Same exact way, but way worse.
Oh, no.
This motherfucker didn't get up. My mom comes out fucking freaked out, bro. Might be the first time I seen someone knocked out.
Really?
He was fucking done. Snoring. You know when someone gets knocked out there?
Fuck, bro.
But he wasn't bleeding or anything, bro. He woke up. He thought, did I do it? Fuck no, dude. You didn't do it, bro. I wish we would have had cameras for that shit. Because in my mind, bro, I can see it crystal clear. But I really wish I could watch that shit like over and over again. Who does that twice?
Yeah, dude.
It was the same. You know how when you're going so fast and you lose control, that little shake of the tire.
I wonder if it was something like right in that same spot.
He hit the same
It's
rock.
like the sand. Yeah, like it got too sandy or something.
I think he just got nervous, right when he was about to hit the beginning of the ramp. Because man, bro, we used to like. Remember when you get on the top of the bike and stand on the handlebars and the seat and ride that shit like Teen Wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We used to do
bro.
that shit, bro. We didn't have paved roads out there. We were doing that shit on gravel.
Yeah, bro. I broke a few bones, bro, and after I broke my pinky. After a while, I was just like, bro, what the fuck?
But your tailbone sounds like the worst.
Yeah, that was.
How the fuck did you break your pinky? Juanita?
Playing basketball? Nah, it was like a double bounce, and it went.
Oh, and it hit your fucking pinky?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that shit hurt.
That happened to me
Same way? Basketball?
in basketball. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the fuck I was doing. Dunking on somebody or something.
Oh, yeah. I was
In elementary,
Must
I think I
have
dunked on
You know what I'm saying?
somebody.
I was posterizing motherfuckers. I've broke my ankle. I don't even want to say how many times.
I
Same fucking ankle.
sprained my ankle so many times though.
My ankle's fucked.
Yeah.
I've broken this ankle fucking 4 times.
Damn, broken it.
The last time I broke it was like completely snap,
Really?
crackle, pop.
Damn.
And this knuckle right here will never be the same. I fucked this knuckle up multiple times.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yep. I remember the fucking last time I broke it. We got in a bar fight. Remember Manimal? Manimal was there.
He's just like, yeah.
Manimal was there.
Remember that shit?
I sent this knuckle backwards. It was back here. I was like, look, bro, you can feel it back here.
no
It was
way.
flat.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, bro, whenever you're like drunk and like, you know you're supposed to punch with these knuckles, but sometimes that swing gets a little
you
too
swing what you can
a
swing.
little
at
too
the
much.
time, yeah.
You hit them with these little bitch ass knuckles down here. You know what I'm saying? These little easily broken knuckles. Yeah, man. That one and my ankle I've done.
Nah.
Man, so 2025, fellas, is
Yeah.
gonna be the year of the aliens or what? What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Huh? We dealing with drones? We dealing with space invaders?
All of the above.
All of the above. So
I don't know what videos everybody's like seeing.
They're all
or,
over
like,
TikTok.
talking about.
just search drones over New Jersey on TikTok.
I mean, yeah, I've seen that.
Have you seen how they're moving? That shit does not move like anything we've seen that we have. Notice I said we've seen that we have.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I want to start from a place of non-conspiracy, non-alien. Okay? Let's start there first.
Okay.
What are the chances that this is just us? Are they higher?
Who's us?
Like us, like the United States, like our government.
The United States?
Yes. Higher than the chances of this being the aliens they're talking about from the ocean.
It's 100%.
Okay, so I was watching.
Like, if it's not the United States, it's whoever tells them what to do.
The reason I bring that up is because I seen a clip of one of Joe Rogan's recent pods, and I don't know who the fuck he had on there. Some military official. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck he was, but it was like a 15-minute clip. And what he was saying, what makes this odd, is these seem to be coming from an undisclosed location in the middle of the ocean. Whether it's a base, whether it's the alien fucking civilization, they are coming from some undisclosed location in the ocean.
Undisclosed.
To you, what does that mean? What does that say to you from
What does that
Leonard's
say?
brain?
See, man, I told you I don't really want to be on the record with this shit, but I'll give you a little bit.
A little bit. What is that? That just that statement alone.
Okay,
Them going on the biggest podcast in the world, Mr. Alien himself, and them trying to discredit any claims of it being alien.
Right. Here's what I think. the only thing, like anytime there's an operation happening, the point is to manufacture consent.
Mm-hmm.
They always want to create a question or a problem that they uniquely can resolve for you. That's the role of government. Not the actual role, but that's what it's turned into.
You got COVID, we got these shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're sick.
I'm with you.
We just made these.
Whoa,
Fast
that's amazing.
as ever.
Check this shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What great luck that we started this 20 years ago.
Uh-huh.
You know
It's
what
amazing.
I'm saying? Yeah. It's
Timing's perfect.
We
See
were
what
ready.
See what the universe did for
We
you?
were ready. We
Yeah.
got your back.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
Well, now, where's your credit card?
just sign this waiver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what I saw from the very beginning was somebody from a government office saying that they needed more, the United States or the government needed more authority to manage the problem. To me,
Obvious.
everything else is bullshit.
Those are the
And
only words you needed to hear.
That's all. As soon as I heard that, I was like, well, there's the ask.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. All they need is for you to have an opinion. They need you to talk about it and think about it and worry about it. What are they spraying? What's above us? What are they blowing up? What they got planned? What are they going to do? Do you see all the Teslas? They're blinking. Oh, my God. Something's happening. Please help. Somebody help. Well, I'll save you. I'm fucking what was my man from The Boys? Homelander.
Oh, yeah.
Homelander comes and flies in and saves the day. That as soon as I heard that guy say that, I stopped paying attention to it because I was just like, oh, that's all it is.
You knew the play.
Yeah, the point is we want to manage the air over your head because they already did something similar a few years ago, but they want to manufacture consent so they have the authority to say this is now our jurisdiction right here in front of you. That's our jurisdiction. Everything, even what you breathe, is
Ours.
we're in charge of that. We're going to keep you safe.
Because you told us we needed you to keep you safe.
Correct. Because you're so afraid of everything everywhere. You understand?
And I find it interesting. I'll use that word. Right?
Yeah.
The timing.
Yeah.
So you have former, recently reelected President Trump, right? On, I think it was Rogan's. Pretty sure it was Rogan's podcast. Just blatantly talking about aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we've seen this and that, and then we're going to declassify this, and boom, 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 boom. Then you have all the Senate meetings. Oh, yeah, we've known about this shit forever. Now it's just a race to who has the technology.
Right.
What the fuck you mean you've known about this forever? The homie that was in the 7th grade talking about he's seen fucking UFOs and this dude been abducted and they anally accosted this man. They probed him and shit. Tried to make them look crazy as fuck.
Yep.
But now they're trying to kind of control the narrative to where it's like, oh no, shit, we were just bullshitting. We've been known. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And then now, fast forward like 3 weeks after that, all of a sudden, oh shit, fuck's happening in the sky?
Yeah.
Are those aliens? Are these aliens they've been talking about? So let's walk down the other crazier path. Well, more sci-fi path, I guess.
Okay.
What if these are aliens? I keep asking myself that question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Why? They've been here forever. If they've had bases, why now all of a sudden they're like, hey guys, check out our drones. What the fuck are they giving us, a fucking 4th of July drone show? What's the fucking point? What's the play here? If these are interdimensional beings that can travel in and out of time and space and dimensions, the fuck are they doing? On a vacation? What's the point?
That's why
That's why I don't buy it either.
That's why I don't see,
I know.
see that.
Neither do I.
Like, that's a cool thing to speculate about, but when they say alien, all I hear is foreign adversary.
Yeah.
That's all I hear. They say alien, they're talking about some private corporation that is not us,
Yeah.
that is operating as if it has the sovereignty of a nation.
This kind of reminds me of A little bit, but remember when those big ass balloons we didn't
Right.
You know, we shot them down because we
Yeah.
didn't know what the fuck they
Yeah.
I
were.
mean, that shit was just floating there
But
for
let
like a
them,
week.
yeah, but let them float everywhere.
Yeah, you know, and then so it's kind of like the same thing. It's just like, well, what the fuck are these things?
Yeah.
They're just trying to like,
Yeah, what is the point of all this?
what is the point of it?
Yeah, and that's where I kind of tire of these things, of the conversation. But also in history, I've noticed that when people get savvy enough to call the play, there's another play, and it's usually a bigger play, something gnarly that we don't want to really see happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the point is to get the consent to continue along the path that you're already on. The point is not to ask you your opinion.
No.
It's not to ask, for us to take a vote. We don't really vote on much. We just kind of hope to pick the person. Yeah, but a lot of times we're hoping to pick the person who's going to make the right decision because there's so many decisions to make. But when we actually take the time to stop and look at the decisions that are being made, we don't always see our interests being represented. And that I think people are starting to notice. Like it's becoming rather obvious. So, maybe people will use this as an opportunity to call bullshit and say, hey man, lay your cards out. Don't just give me a hearing where we can cut you off at 5 minutes and say, well, that's my time, Senator. Thank you. And be done with it. It's like, nah, if you're talking about real live motherfucking aliens, real live other living entities that are not human, that are not, if that's what you're really saying, or are you bullshitting and playing with words and wasting everybody's time and attention?
Well, I don't think people understand the ramifications if aliens and other life forms are real. I think people underestimate what that does to our history as human beings.
Well, that's why I'm saying I don't know that if that were true, that it would ever be something that would be common knowledge.
No, it wouldn't be revealed like that.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was, it is true.
Yeah.
From my perspective.
Okay.
To think that we're alone in this vast universe is just arrogant as fuck. Okay? Do I think that they're little green aliens that Spielberg? No, that is bullshit. I don't think that, right? But as I've gotten older, theories of fucking giant human beings that could have potentially been here on the planet with us too. Man, don't sound as crazy, right?
Yeah.
Giraffes look fucking insane too, bro. If giraffes were gone and someone told you that a fucking horse existed with a 15-foot neck, you'd be like, you're a fucking idiot.
That's wild, right?
Why the fuck would we need a horse with a 15-foot neck? Same way people are like, what do you mean a 30-foot man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's never really been a question to me, but I've always entertained that theory. I think the ramifications of them actually coming out and saying, yes, there is other life forms. These are them. Look it. What's up, guys?
Let
Come
me
on.
introduce you.
Let me introduce you to Steve over here. He's from fucking wherever, Mars or whatever the fuck. That changes our entire belief system.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Right.
In every aspect of the world. It's not just Western religion. Every aspect of the world follows a certain rule book.
Right.
If there's aliens and they show them to us and they've been here the whole time, that rule book gets thrown in the trash can.
Well, see, I think when you go back to like a lot of like the history, you see like stuff inscribed in walls and temples and shit, and they to some extent that's what they're showing is like some type of spaceship or these tall ass like really tall beings. You know what I'm saying? So we're not the only one. We're not the only ones out here, bro.
You think people are ready to throw away their entire belief system like that?
Do I think they are?
Yeah. You think people will lash out? I think people freak out, dog.
I think people are being primed to not believe in anything. So I think it's a logical next step to get to the point where they have a good reason to not.
So you think people are being primed to not believe in anything, so they'll believe anything? Believe what we want you to believe.
Yeah.
Don't believe this.
Yeah, like the record is what we tell you. Like what's happening is what's going on, and what's going on is what we tell you is going on. They already showed that they can just tell you the fucking story, and most people are gonna believe it.
Yeah.
They already showed you that. They got on code, 100%,
I did.
and said, "This is the storyline."
Yeah.
And if you got anything to say about that shit, we gonna shut you down.
You know what's crazy is now we're seeing that the storyline was bullshit, and people are just like, oh well.
And but this is manufacturing consent. That's exactly what Edward Bernays was writing about and talking about, and other people have written about it too. But it's this subtle psychology.
Edward Bernays.
Yeah, this is the guy who propaganda wrote the book short, but it's a good overview of what propaganda is and what is built. But he's a communist, you know. Like, and here's my thing: a lot of people don't read the writings of people that they've been told that they to hate or to fear or to have a problem with. Like, I've read the Communist Manifesto, the Karl Marx book. I've read the propaganda book, the Edward Bernays book. Like, you got to actually read what these people were writing to see what it is, what type of time they were actually on, rather than just saying, "Oh, they're evil." Like, that's not a contextual argument or opinion really to have. Is just that dude is bad. That's not enough. If they took the time to write something, read it.
Yeah.
See what it really was
Before you can actually formulate what people are telling you.
Right, because not only could their point be more subtle, like when I read that propaganda book, I was surprised that it wasn't as in-depth as I expected it to be. I thought I was prepared for something a lot more intellectually
and heavy,
challenging, but it was quite a bit of just an overview on the topic, which is fine as well. But the way people hype the dude's name up in certain circles, it's just like you would have thought he, sliced bread first. You know what I'm saying? So this is my thought process when it comes to stuff like that. It's just like, learn as much as you can, but don't just like take it for granted that you're getting information from a source other than your own due diligence. Like when you turn on the TV and the TV tells you something, if you just accept that without checking it, there's a vulnerability there.
Well, and then that's on you.
Just be aware.
Wherever you end up,
just be aware of it.
Wherever you end up is on you.
Yeah,
because you're being led wherever you're leading. You're letting them lead you.
Right. Correct. And it's tricky because, like in that psychology in that that book, when they manufacture and consent, like part of the trick is to play to what your response is likely going to be. So if I know you're going to feel better if I affirm a certain thought process for you, like I'll give an example that nobody really likes to talk about, but like family court. It's designed a certain way, and the people who benefit from it don't want nothing to change.
Too much money to be made.
Okay.
Or too much something to be made.
Right. So it doesn't change. But then they also need somebody in your family, in your home, to co-sign it. So the consent is manufactured. So what do? They take one side and say, "I got your back." And then the other side is over here. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. Create an issue, slide in the middle, pick a side, and protect one person's ego and let the other person suffer. And you can play that game and you can monetize it. And that's what happens.
And they've been playing that game with us in so many ways for so many years.
Yeah.
What's
with
interesting,
race,
if you pay attention to
everything.
If you really lock in and really look at it, you can watch them switching sides.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
You're like, damn, well, why did like, I hate that I'm using it as an example again, but we're a hip hop podcast too. The shit that switched with Drake.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, he was the golden child, dog. Could do no wrong, bro. Now the motherfucker can't do nothing right.
Right. How fast
the tables
the
turn
opinions,
and the sides get changed.
Yeah.
When the machine moves its target.
Right.
Or its stance.
Yeah. And if you're the beneficiary of that change, you're fine with it.
Oh, you're good.
Because now I get to win.
Yep.
So I like affirmative action because now it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? Not that the idea is good or bad, because that's not the conversation I'm having. What I'm saying is the function of it and the purpose of it is never questioned. So if you're not going to question the function and the purpose of a thing, and you're just going to take it verbatim at somebody's word, I think you're giving them a lot of trust. And if somebody says it's aliens, or somebody says it's drones, or somebody says whatever the fuck, I'm just looking for, what are you trying to get me to have an opinion on, and how are you going to use it for your benefit?
You just can't get me to believe that these interdimensional higher beings give a flying fuck about what we're doing.
But they
About
might.
us.
They might.
Unless we're some kind of failed experiment or some shit that they're watching, right? Every now and then checking in on.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would they get? Do you care about the ants?
Okay, but what
you
about?
pop into
Do you care about the 9-foot ant people?
Well, I would probably care a little more. But I'm saying,
Who can lift 10 times
Exactly.
their weight and fuck you up?
Exactly.
And you run if you fucking saw them or shoot them?
so that's why I went into that conversation in the beginning. Because that, again, has become more realistic to me as I've moved forward.
Now it's just
Yeah.
like, that might be real.
I'm saying, dog, like
Somebody's living down there.
Listen, bro, it explains how the pyramids could have been built, dog. Hey,
We don't know.
Listen, that could have been a day in the gym for homie
Yeah.
that was fucking 60 feet, bro.
Yeah.
That was squats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was building a gym, dog.
Right,
That's
right.
what the pyramids were.
Fucking
That's funny.
sandcastle.
You feel what I'm Just a sandcastle to him, dog. To us, we're like, how the fuck they do this?
Yeah.
Just the way the ants look up at our house is like, we don't get it. Why?
Yeah, what is this?
Why does this
Yeah.
exist? But the reason I bring that up is because they're showing these drones and they're showing this and they're saying aliens, aliens, and aliens. I just, why? Why would they care? They've mastered interdimensional travel,
Yeah.
but they want to come and check on fucking Todd and what his new TikTok looks like.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So I'm looking at the dude that's actually Oz. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, dog.
But to me, it all rhymes. So the conversation prior to, or one of the bigger conversations, prior to this revelation, was the conversation of immigrants, which they also call aliens. So I think there's something to be said that marries the two ideas because
Yeah.
they followed in sequence and they rhyme, like psychologically. So that's what I think. I think about it on those like odd angles just to try to see what's coming around
What
the
the
corner.
actual play is.
Yeah, because I'm like, this is just something about this. It's like we want people to be okay with aliens, and we want to control what aliens are doing in the skies, where the aliens will probably come down.
These
from.
are our skies.
Yeah,
And let's be
these
honest,
are
like, what
ours.
the fuck are we gonna do?
Nothing.
None of our.
They got ray guns,
aircrafts-
bro. They don't.
We ain't
Yeah,
doing
our
shit. You
weapons
seen
aren't
Mars
gonna do
Attacks?
anything.
Mars,
Y'all seen
just
Mars
about to-
Attacks? We ain't doing shit. We're gonna need Will Smith to punch one of them motherfuckers in the head,
Right.
bruh.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen it. He knocked him out. Welcome to
Yeah.
Earth, bitch.
Yeah.
Bam. But I don't know, dog. Like, the reason I brought up like the ramifications is because they keep saying aliens. Okay, yeah, like we're gonna reveal the alien.
Mexico already showed us.
Dog, I feel like they would lose too much control.
Yeah.
Because a big way that they control people is by the religion that we have on this side of the world, the religion that you have on that side of the world, right? Again, we've had this conversation before. I do see the benefits and the positive stuff that happen in religion, right? I do. I get it. But I also see that they can lead you wherever they want to lead you. So if they come out and say, well, yeah, CT, check it out. Ouch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're fucked. The control that they have is gone because people would be like, well,
Why am I
what the fuck
listening
is
to
all,
you?
why am I
Yeah.
listening to you? What is all this then? I don't need to listen to this. This is crazy. What's up, ET? What are the rules now?
Right.
So that's why I don't think that's the
Yeah.
play, dog. They're going
That's-
to lose too much control.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's got to be some subtle conversation that's trying to be had, and they think that they're having it. And again, when you're manufacturing consent, you just want to feel like, well, I told them.
They didn't listen.
Like, yeah, like I told him, even though you're being as abstract and unclear as you possibly can, you know, because you're not gonna get like direct disclosure. It looks like that, but then it's being used for other purposes. I just don't buy it, man. Like I think if there are other beings that we share this planet with, they live like underground or somewhere where we can't actually see them or interact with them, just average everyday people who are walking on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
However, or maybe they're living underwater or something like that. Like that's totally possible to me.
Or the
like,
trees are alive and they move around.
I mean, but the mushroom networks underground,
Same.
like they all this stuff has a consciousness.
It does.
So it's not like it's out of the understanding of people that this stuff is alien life.
Especially
because
fungus
it's not
for sure.
human. Yeah, fungus. Oh yeah, fungus is mean.
Fungus for sure, dog.
Fungus is some mean motherfuckers.
Especially when you take it. When you take it, you realize how fast it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this shit got a personality.
They're like, oh, you want to see this shit, huh?
Check it out, motherfucker. Because it does. It really does. Especially if you go on like a for real trip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't
You
fuck
realize-
around. They be like, oh, let's pull this veil down, motherfucker. You
You
want to try it?
realize that shit's got a consciousness, and I think that's what happens.
Yeah.
Like its consciousness enters your consciousness, and some people like sometimes it's amazing.
Yeah.
Other times,
Yeah.
it
There is
not.
such a thing as a good trip.
Yes.
And there are bad trips.
Pun intended
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. How many times have you shroomed, Jason?
I don't know, couple few times.
Couple few
maybe.
times.
You ever had a bad trip?
I think we've talked about mine, but we've never talked about Jay's bad trip.
You haven't?
Never.
I was camp. No, it wasn't a bad trip, bro. But I just got like sick as fuck, and me and old girl just drove.
Okay. You told us about them, but you just got sick. You didn't like freak out.
No, I didn't like freak out or anything.
Man, bro, Jay, you gotta experience that, bro. At least once in life. You have to.
Why?
You have, dog.
You see what I'm
it is-
saying, dog?
I'm just saying, bro. Like, what did I say at
Lock
the
up the
beginning of the
scissors.
listen? What did I say about the beginning of the podcast? You gotta put yourself in uncomfortable situations to know.
Do some hard shit you don't
Dog,
want to do.
I don't know if it's just because Manuel's sitting right there, bro, but I
Yeah.
keep thinking about the first fucking time. I'd already taken shrooms before, right? Not that I was a super pro, but it was maybe like 2 times, 3 times before. Manable and Reyes had not, right? So we ditched school. I get the shrooms, and it's like 7:30 in the morning. His mom ain't home. We pop like 2 grams a piece at 7:30 in the morning, ditching school, right? So we're sitting there and they keep asking me, they're like, and like, again, this is like my 3rd time maybe. They're like, what's it gonna feel like? Like, are we gonna feel right away? And as they're like telling me that, we're standing outside and we're looking at the fucking clouds, bro. And I'm like, oh shit, fuck, here it comes. And I look at them and they're like, oh, fuck, bro, is that what it feels like? So I'm, yeah, dog, we're about to start. So we go back into Manuel's mom's house, and for some reason, we all walk into her room, and the whole room goes,
Starts breathing. Yeah.
you know when Neo does the
Yeah,
flex
yeah.
on the Matrix? Exactly like that. All 3 of us were like, let's get the fuck out of here. So we leave and we're walking. Again, mind you, dog, we're ditching school. We didn't think that it looked weird or nothing, right? All 3. And bro, every single cop out there in Grants knew exactly who Gremlin, Manuel, and Reyes were. So we're walking and Reyes starts like really tripping. So this motherfucker darts, bro, just takes
starts
off,
running?
bro, running. And we're going down this street that has weeping willows.
Oh no.
So it's windy, and bro, they're stretching all across the street.
He's freaking out.
He runs. He's gone. and I'm like, I'm about to tell Manuel, look how fast Reyes is running. And I turn him back around, and this motherfucker's in the middle of the street laughing his fucking ass off. Like he couldn't breathe. He couldn't walk. Like I'm like, Manuel, look at Reyes. And he tried to talk to me, but he couldn't because he was laughing so hard, bro. So this made me start kind of freaking out. Reyes was gone. We lost that motherfucker, dog. Gone. Somehow me and Manuel kind of like came to our senses a little bit, and we went to the homie's house that, you know, he was the older homie, pulled up there for a little bit. A bunch of crackheads start showing up. Me and Manuel are laughing our ass off, and it's like a good trip for a while.
Yeah.
Then we're like, we gotta go find Reyes.
He's still
Where's
running.
Reyes? You know, when you get the missions, like, well, we gotta find him. So we decide to walk to First Street, which is right next to the school. I don't know what the fuck we were thinking, dog. I don't know how. For one, I don't know how we didn't get caught. For two, I don't know what the fuck we were thinking. But we leave the homies pad and we end up at Sonic on First Street, just standing out in front of it. It's like 1:30. Me and this fucking dude, we're just standing there with our arms crossed. We didn't buy no Sonic. We're just standing out there like fucking idiots, right? And all of a sudden, Manuel just fucking sprints. This fucker I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This dude's seen Reyes in the homie's fucking caddy and starts chasing him down. He's driving like 25 miles an hour. This motherfucker's right next to the window knocking. Reyes, are you okay? It was fucking insane, bro. And we ended up back at school. The whole mission took us from his mom's house, which if you walk this like stretch of road, it takes you about 15 minutes. It took us from 7:30 to 2:30. And we ended up back at school just standing there for pickup, right? And the fucking principal comes out. Where were you guys today? And bro, our pupils are fucking massive, bro. And me and Manuel just laughing. To this day, I don't remember how we got from school home. But it was just over.
Damn, bro.
It wasn't a bad trip for us. For Reyes, you know, especially seeing Manuel running like the Terminator, knocking on the window. You gotta have one bad trip, Jay.
Let's do it.
You've had one, right, Landwords?
Not a bad one. I've had some that are less stellar, but I don't take like big doses.
See, that's what I used to do.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I think that's probably the issue.
That's I probably would see like more like weirdness and stuff like that, but I don't necessarily enjoy that. I like the emotional release because you don't. I mean, we talk a lot on the podcast, but like in my personal life, I don't talk to a lot of people about what I'm thinking or feeling or anything, like, because they don't give a fuck. No. Honestly, they're pretty indifferent. But when I have like had those experiences, it's been a nice like emotional release. Like I get to like, but I normally do it like by myself, in solitude.
Fuck that.
Nah, I prefer it. I'll put some music on. I prefer it.
Yikes.
Just because I like the solitude. I like to be able to just kind of speak with my creator in a manner of what.
And see, I think that's like when I was on my trips like that, like that's what I was trying to reach.
Yeah.
And when you're in the middle of the horrible, horrible trip, and you just want it to stop, you're like, please, for the love of God, please, this is the worst shit I've ever experienced. In the moment, it's horrible. Mm-hmm. When it's over, those are the moments that you learn something in. Mm-hmm. Those are the important moments in those situations. So sometimes they're necessary, dog.
Right.
And for some reason, I don't know what the fuck it was with me and Reyes, but the bad trips would always happen when me and that dude tripped together.
Well, see, I think that psilocybin, when you're in the same space as somebody, I think your mind affects their mind as well. So I think that might be part of it as well. Yeah,
like Play-Doh.
Yeah, like when
mold
it all turns purple.
Yeah. There's one time, bro. There was another time, and it was Reyes, the homie Juan. They pulled up and they had shrooms, right? And I was just chilling. It was like a fucking Wednesday. It was just me and my chick chilling in my room. And they pulled up to the back door, like, "You want to take some shrooms?" I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's run it. So we pop like about 3 grams just between us. We're gonna have a fight. It was gonna be dope. I don't know what the fuck I did, bro. My mom was pissed. She fucking opened my door. Reyes, Juan, get the fuck out of here. Right when we started shrooming, bro. It was a spiral, a nightmare.
Yeah.
A fucking absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
I had to turn off all the lights in my room, bro. My girl kept trying to talk. I'm like, shh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Fuck this. I was freaking out, bro. But I had one really weird moment of clarity. So I'm in my room, and I was wearing glasses at the time too. And it's super, super dark. And Manuel remembers this. The house on Washington had like, in my room, it had 2 windows, right? And they were like single pane glass, like old school shit. If you break that shit, sayonara to your finger. Yeah. Single pane, perfectly square. And I had all the lights off in my room. And across the street, there was a street light. So it was lighting up my windows. So I'm way away from the windows, and I'm looking out the windows, and I have my glasses on. And I'm like, am I looking out my window or am I looking out my glasses from inside my head? And really, what's the difference if I'm inside my room looking out my windows the same way that I'm looking out my eyes inside? I was fucking, I was gone, bro. I was so lost in this theory. I'm like, it's just all one, just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
One box to the next box to the next box.
Yeah.
I was gone, dog, gone.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I know.
What did you learn?
I learned to not take shrooms on a random Wednesday when your mom's pissed, right? Don't take shrooms with Reyes anymore. That was the last time we shroomed together because he ended up fucking losing it too. He ended up, I think, in the fucking emergency room or some shit.
Oh, man.
He had a bad trip too. But what I did take away from that, and it's those moments that I hold on to, the ones that I was trying to run away from while I was in them, I think are the ones that taught me the most about myself. And this is gonna sound corny again, but a lot of those things taught me that I'm way stronger than I thought I was. Even in the moment, when you start freaking out, the panic hits, and you're like, I can't do this. You can.
Yeah.
I think that's the energy that I'm trying to take into 2025, my dog.
Yeah. Focus.
Focus, and when you think you can't, brother, you probably can't.
Give it another couple minutes.
Give it another couple
Yeah,
minutes.
just breathe.
Just breathe, dog. Keep going.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Write it down and keep going.
Yeah.
What do you think, fellas? On that note, time to get the fuck up out of here or what?
Yeah.
Hey, until next time, respect the connect. Peace.
Happy New Year.
Oh yeah. Happy New Year.
It's thicker than that.